Okay, you guys, it is Adrian of Corinne Cypress. Guys, and okay, I'm gonna set this music down. These are some of my favorite songs that I've got in the background. So I like to blast them. Like if I can blast them. But I realized I'm supposed to go live and say something. But I was just this. I love this. Yes, this is wild. Anyway, I just wanted to. Okay, you guys. So this is Adrian, Capricorntigress of Astrology. A look inside. I'm not even sure what I'm going to do today because I'm in a weird mood. I mean. How can I explain this in a way that it makes sense? Let me put on some good soul music. Hold on, and you'll understand when you do it. Let's put this on. Let me see what this sounds like. So I want some inspirational music behind me while I talk. That's pretty much what I mean. And I decided today that I wanted to come and just discuss some things that are occurring. Now, there are multiple things occurring, and so let's talk about it. So, right now, the sun is at 3 degrees of Virgo, which I just realized that's square my daughter's Saturn. I better tell her that. Anyway, 3 degrees of Virgo is where the sun is. And the crazy thing, I'm sorry, I'm actually going to interrupt what I'm doing. And I'll let you guys hear me leave the message because I'm about to leave a message for my baby. Christiana, it's your mommy. Listen, I'm in the middle of doing a live, but I have to say something. The sun is at 3 degrees of Virgo and Saturn is at 3 degrees of Pisces. This means there's an opposition going on somewhere around your sun. This is and definitely squaring your Saturn, your natural Saturn in your birth chart at 3 degrees of Sagittarius. Anyway, this creates a T-square for my baby today. So I want you to be extra cautious. I want you to be cautious of where you go, when you're around. If you can stay home, do that. But I know you're partying because you're getting ready for your birthday. But I want you to be really cautious today, okay, honey? I love you. Okay, you guys, I'm a mom, and so I had to make the mom message. And you don't have a child, and you're an astrologer, and you see something like that, and not tell them that you see something like that, because it's a T-square in her chart, and it's not good. And also, the moon is at 7 degrees of Capricorn, which also concerns me, because I know that's her 7th house. So enemies are afoot, and I want my baby to be careful. I don't want anything to happen to my precious. I love her with all my heart and soul. And also, we've got, this small stellium in Virgo because we've got Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is retrograde. God knows what's going on with that. And we've got Mars in Virgo at 29 degrees. Now, this Mars is almost in Leo because I guess, Leo in Libra. But it is in Virgo and it's at 29 degrees. And if you've got any late planets in any of the mutable signs, which is Pisces or Sagittarius or Gemini or Virgo, then this is going to affect you. This stellium of planets in Virgo, because the sun's at the early degrees of Virgo, but Mercury and Mars are at the late degrees of Virgo, and they are setting off sparks with some of the late degree planet placements like Neptune and Pisces at 26 degrees is technically making connections to both that Mercury retrograde and that Mars. And so Neptune is retrograding too, by the way. But one of the other things I noticed was that these Virgo planets are setting up trines as well. We've got Uranus at 23 degrees of Taurus, and that is a trine with Mercury retrograde at 21 degrees. That is a trine with Mars at 29 degrees because it's right there within that 5 degree or less orb. But it also makes a trine with retrograding Pluto, which is at 28 degrees of Capricorn. And that is definitely making a trine, almost an exact trine between Mars in Virgo and Pluto in Capricorn. So, look in your chart, where is 29 degrees of Virgo in your chart? Where is 28 degrees of Capricorn in your chart? Wherever these are is what is going to be affecting you a little today. Okay. And you might feel whatever that is. Now, Jupiter is at 15 degrees of Taurus. And so this also sets up a trine formation for anybody who has um, early or even semi-late degrees. Basically, it's dead smack in the middle of Taurus. And so, like in my case, I have my sun at 14 degrees of Capricorn and my ascendant at 17 degrees of Capricorn, which means this Jupiter is trying these things. And so you might be going through something like that where there are trines and other things occurring because of the Virgo and the Taurus and the Capricorn. I'm going to give it a grand trine. We've got a grand trine, you guys. And so, I mean, it's a little wide, but I'm going to give it because these are, we don't get this very often. And I mean, it's a little wide, but I'm going to give it. It's still basically a 5 degree or 6 degree orb. So I'm going to give it. And I'm going to give it between Mars and Uranus and Pluto, because Uranus is going forward, Pluto is retrograding, and Mars is going forward. So I do believe that, and Mercury might even be in that mix a little bit at 21 degrees. So just know there might be this trine, this almost laziness where, like, I could go to sleep. I mean, I could. I decided to come and make this instead of going to sleep, but can I go to sleep? Oh yeah, I could just really. And to be honest, the reason why I'm using an avatar is because I didn't even really get dressed today, and I don't feel any shame about that. I got that grand. I have a grand Earth trine in my natal chart. So this grand Earth trine is setting off my grand Earth trine in my natal chart. And I don't know if laziness is a good enough word for how I feel. Like I'm doing absolutely nothing. Okay. Now, the one thing I have to say is that the North Node is retrograding at 26 degrees of Aries, and that is technically still in a square formation with Pluto in Capricorn. So, if anything, we might feel a little bit of energy from that square. Like squares do give energy, and I hate to say it, but I feel like we need this square today. Otherwise, we're just going to laze out, veg out, and maybe Netflix out, or just stay in bed. Because I or myself, I got on a lounge dress. I have no and a turban. Like that's my reality this day. And some other people may have the same reality today because Earth trines tend to make all of us just a wee bit lazy or a wee bit ambitious, depending on where you are. Now, Venus is by itself in a way, because Venus is retrograding at 13 degrees of Leo. And yeah, it's making a square to that Jupiter at 15 degrees in Taurus. And it's technically yes, in a way. I think it's too long. I'm not going to give it. There's a trine. I guess it's 6 degrees, but it's 6 degrees exactly, just a little over like 6.1. Venus at 13 degrees retrograding, and Chiron at 19 degrees retrograding. I guess I could give it, but just know whenever Mercury and Chiron are connected, it is some type of pain or wound that we are dealing with that has to do with communication in some way, because Mercury is our form of communication. And so maybe the way I'm coming off, maybe that might be affecting something. I don't know. But the funny thing is, this Chiron at 19 degrees is square my natal ascendant. So that is, I'm feeling a little bit not like nauseous, like not that great in that respect. And so that could have something to do. I would love to do your horoscope charts and let you know exactly where the planets are in your horoscope chart, exactly what houses they fall in. This is if you know the time of your birth or the estimated time of your birth. I really highly recommend a birth certificate to know, but I can do one with an estimated time of birth. And the thing is, it's important, I believe, to know where these planets are falling in your natal chart or in a house, because the house tells us the where. You know, the planet is the what, but the house tells us the where. So, what is happening where? And I'll give you an example. I had mentioned that I've got Pluto, that is, it's in Capricorn and it's retrograde. It's retrograding in Capricorn. It's come back from 1 or 2 degrees of Aries, Aquarius, and it's all the way back to 28 degrees of Capricorn. And the thing is, when it being in my first house, to me, it felt like I had a regression of health. Like my health started to take a nosedive while Pluto has been retrograding in my first house. Now, luckily for me, I am an astrologer and I am knowledgeable enough to realize that, hey, this is most likely due to the fact that I've got Pluto, the power, the planet of power and regeneration and like really metaphysical healing. That is going backwards in my first house. And I feel that. And I've had to deal with issues like blood issues and near death experiences, and things that I thought I packed away years ago are just seeming to hang around and stuff like that. So you might also be experiencing something similar if you've got uh, this connection to your first house. Our first house is our physical self, it's our actual physical bodies. So, whenever there's a planet in the first house, it's going to affect our physical body. But when it's retrograde, it really kind of sets off this backward motion when you're going back to maybe, I guess, revisit some illnesses or physical ailments or physical things that you thought you had already taken care of on a physical level. And so I'm dealing with that. And some of you might be dealing with something like that. Now, I will say this, just talking does kind of make me dizzy. And so I'm just going to breathe a little bit. We're going to breathe. We're just going to breathe, okay? Just breathe. And then let it out. And let it out. Taking a deep breath in for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sometimes we just need to catch our breath. Sometimes we just need to breathe. And breathing is enough sometimes to put us back into alignment or into the healthy space that we need to be in order to get things done. So, it's so funny. I'm looking at what astro.com had to say about my horoscope today, and it says that your feelings make themselves more noticeable than usual. Even small embarrassments can become extremely uncomfortable. And I didn't know if I was experiencing any small embarrassments yet today, but this day is not over. And so Actually, it's happening now, according to this. Small embarrassments. So maybe it's just the fact that I'm, using Avatar and not going live. I'm just recording it today. I didn't want to go live. I didn't want to chance anything like that. But I did want to say something, and I did want to come in and express myself and just talk about where the planets are. And also, if I could help people to get into a good place by breathing and meditating and doing things that are uplifting and positive and feel good on a deeply integral level. That's really what I wanted to do today. It's more important to me to do something that helps people to feel good. I just feel that at the heart of everything I do is this need, this desire, this urge to help people feel better. And so I want to do everything I can in my power to help people feel better. And that's really what um, everything I do is about, really. It's about helping people to feel better and to get into a place where they feel that they're in a positive, uplifting place. And whatever I can do that can help people get into this better, a more positive place, then that's what I want to do. That's what really helps me to feel better about all that I'm doing. Because if I know that I helped even just one person to feel better about themselves, about their lives, to get on the right road that feels that it is their road, and to help people to get to a place of empowerment, feeling empowered over your own life. That is beautiful. That's what it's all about. That's what makes my job worthwhile. And I really want to know what's keeping you up at night. Like, how can I help? As an astrologer, as a tarot reader, as a spiritual coach, and now I'm a meditation coach and facilitator. And I just want you to know that at the other end of this recording, there's a very real person who is here and who would like to assist you in any way that I personally can. And just give you that, perhaps that feeling of it's all going to be okay. It's all going to work in your favor. And I think when you're believing that it's all going to work out in your favor, it actually works out in your favor. It's an amazing thing. I don't know if it's the mindset of it all, but the belief that it's all positive, it's all good, it's all working out to your benefit, it's all for your benefit. And I believe when you start seeing things from that viewpoint instead of a negative one, it actually does make a huge change. And so I just wanted to share that because I really want you to understand the importance of believing that something beautiful is trying to make its way to you right now. And I pray that you understand that it benefits you in some way. I had said this once before, but I want to say it again because I want people to understand how important, how vital energy is, like our energy. I know sometimes I'm really honest. So if I'm doing good, you'll know I'm doing good. If I'm doing bad, you'll know I'm doing bad. I'm really vocal in that way, but your energy shows. Your energy shows on your face. Your light shows. You don't have to say that you're walking in the light or that you are a light worker or anything like that because your light shows. It shows in your countenance. It shows in the words you use. It shows in the videos you produce. It shows in the results that you achieve. Your light, your energy, it shows. It comes across through the eyes, the smile, the expressions. When you are up and you're feeling great, everyone can feel that. Even over a Zoom meeting. I have been in Zoom meetings and you can tell that there is a weird energy in the Zoom meeting. You might not be able to pull exactly who is emanating that weirdness. You might even be able to pinpoint it. And I was in a Zoom meeting with many people the other day, and I was able to pinpoint it's some really weird energies that were happening. So just know that, like, that's a walking advertisement for staying up and positive. Why? Because when you're up and positive, everybody can feel it. People can tell when you are in a good and positive place. Don't think you're hiding it. There is a glow, it's a light, it's the power, it's the energy, it's seen and felt. It's like a glow that just surrounds you. And, as a sacred soul alignment healer, one of the things that we say in our healings is that we ask for protection 12 feet around us, above us, and below us. That's complete protection from 12 feet in every direction. And it's important to know that that's how far our energy is emanating. Like at least 12 feet in every direction, a minimum. And that's when you're in front of people. But just know that energy can stretch thousands of miles. If you're on, say, a Zoom call and I'm in Seattle and I'm talking to someone in Australia, if I'm in a foul mood or in a negative place, they may be able to feel that in Australia. So this is the secret harness, is to harness this energy because we are energy. We are all energy. Everything about us is energy. So we emanate energy. And this light of this energy that we exude, this power, this joy, is something that we can bring out and we can use it anytime we wish. We are not limited. We can pull out that light at any moment, okay? It is up to us. We are the possessors of this light. And this is the light that those of us who have this light, we can use this light and this power and this goodness to help heal the world. And, you know, I really believe this more than anything now, with all the things that have been going on with MAGA and Trump and all of these crazy, weird things that have been going on. I call them a cult, the MAGA cult. I mean, they're in Congress, they're trying to make laws and things that are not good for our nation in the long run. You know, here's the thing about making decisions, and I understand that they're wrong, and they really do love God and God bless them. But when you make decisions or laws just to help or ease the responsibilities of one man, you may inadvertently open the door to future problems, because these are things that should never be allowed. No one, not him, not anyone, should be um, doing these things. Okay. And so it's really important that we we pray over this and we let our light heal the world. I believe that if my joy and light touches just one soul, it means I have done my job. And so I smile. And when the joy bubbles over in my spirit, I like to share that joy. I make videos and I like to make them upbeat as much as possible, because I want to share happiness and joy. And whether or not others accept the light that I exude, that's not of my concern. My job is simply to share the light everywhere and anywhere I can share the light. One, because it makes me so happy when I do. And two, because it makes others so happy when I do. So share your light, share your happiness, share your joy with others. Raise the vibration of this world. Heal the world with your joy. Heal the world. So I really didn't have a lot I wanted to talk about. I will, let me see if I can, I haven't done this, but I was going to do this. I have not done it yet, but I am going to do it. Maybe not in this recording, but I am going to do it. I'm going to make a video about all of these different things. And I want to do videos about the laws. You know, there are 10 basic universal laws, not just sharing your light and goodness with others, but these are universal laws that um, they help you to improve relationships and build successful careers or cultivate a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment within. These laws are valuable insights and they are guides for living a more purposeful life. So, here are the 10 basic universal laws. There's the law of attraction. I think many of us know about the law of attraction. That's how to manifest your desires. The law of cause and effect, and that is understanding the consequences of your actions. And I just wanted to say that's what we're seeing with Trump and his henchmen is the law of cause and effect, of understanding that actions have consequences. Also, there's the law of joy, how to find happiness in your everyday life and experience joy every day. There's the law of abundance, that's how to tap into unlimited resources in the universe, because there are some that believe that we are living in a state of abundance, that there is so much wealth and abundance that is all around us. It's just that some of us have not figured out how to tap into that abundance. There is the law of forgiveness, and that is forgiving and letting go and releasing, and how to release the anger and resentment and move forward. And that is so important, the law of forgiveness, so that we can let it go. Also, there is a law of gratitude. And the law of gratitude is how we cultivate an attitude of thankfulness, how we can show gratitude for even the smallest of things each and every day. There's always something to be grateful for. We just forget sometimes that we have all these amazing things that we are or can be grateful for in this lifetime. There is also the law of karma. And the law of karma is understanding the cycle of cause and effect of your life. And we talked about the law of cause and effect, but there's the law of karma. And some people believe that some of the younger generation were born without karma. But I personally believe we all have it. And that, it's just basically that we set things in motion by doing certain things. And that we also have karma, I believe, that we bring into this lifetime from other lifetimes. There are karmic relationships, karmic debts, karmic responsibilities, karmic duties. So it's understanding the cycle of the cause and effect in your life, the cycle that creates this karma. Also, there's the law of unity, and that's how to connect with others, and how to create a sense of oneness. Now, I know I have to work on the law of unity. I'm a very individualistic person. It's probably because I have Aquarius intercepted in the first house, which makes me an individualist, and that probably is it. But there is something to be said about the law of unity, the law of connecting with other people. There is a quote in the Bible: where two or more of you gather in your name, there am I. That's when power manifests itself, is when more than just yourself is thinking, believing, and pursuing something, but there's more, there's two or three or four, or a group of people who have one mindset, one goal, one destination. And that is when that law of unity kicks in, and it just creates beauty. It creates amazing harmony, because this is how we see like groups that, whether they're actual study groups or actual, say, musical groups that get together, and that unity, it's the togetherness of the group that creates the phenomena. If they were to go solo or do it on their own, it may not create that same type of experience. So there is something definitely to be said about the magic of the law of unity. And there is also the law of mind, the law of mind. And this is to how to harness the power of your thoughts and to create your reality. Our thoughts create our reality. Again, I'll say that one more time. Our thoughts create our reality. Our thoughts create our world. Our thoughts create this universe, this life that we're living. It's all a part of the law of the mind. Our mind is creating the reality we most desire in this lifetime. And finally, there is the law of non-resistance. And this is how to let go of resistance and how to allow life to flow. You know, I have always wondered about how to just let life flow. I feel like I've had a lot of resistance. And so, although I can get to the flow, I realize that I have been dealing with resistance. So, when we learn how to let go of that resistance that many of us feel, many live in resistance. I mean, they live it daily. But when we learn to let go of resistance and we allow life to flow from us, to flow to us, to flow around us, that's when our happiness, our joy, our success, our future becomes clearer, it becomes more positive, it becomes more uplifting. And we begin to live a more purposeful and fulfilled life. So I'm going to actually have some videos out that are dealing with these 10 basic laws. So I want you all to look forward to those because they are going to be coming very soon. Also, I did do some readings for the Virgo the other day. I'm going to reduce them and make them into individual readings so you can find them if you haven't found them. So I will be posting the readings for Virgo season individually in just a few days today. Okay, so I wanted to just say a little something because it was a Saturday, and I'm not going to stay too long. I just wanted to come and say something of value, something that could possibly uplift your life, something that could possibly change or help other people in some way. So this has been Adrienne. I am Capricorntigress of Astrology, a look inside. I am I'm just honored to be here with you. And just to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you for believing in the work that I do and that it could potentially help you in this lifetime as well. I just wanted to say this. I also am going to make some other videos, some birth chart readings, some zodiac sign challenges for the different zodiac signs. I'll be talking about astrological compatibility, some astrology predictions, and some astrology tips and advice that should help with a lot of you. Some of these may come in the form of shorts, and if you haven't been following my shorts, do know that I try to upload shorts at least once a week, maybe more. So anyway, again, thank you for listening in. Much love, much light, many, many, many blessings to all who have tuned in and listened to this broadcast. Much love to you. Many blessings.